Sir, may I ask where were your comments when 5 back-to-back scams happened during the UPA regime?
Right. So this is the problem with the government right now. They are not accepting the fact that there is something so sincerely wrong with building a statue from 3,600 crore rupees, which is allegedly taken from China. That 3,600. I'm not saying it is a fact. It is an alleged rumor that you took the 3,600 crore rupees from China, which we are at war with right now. So you are ready to blame the previous government, but you are still reaping the benefits that the previous government gave you. You are ready to not accept responsibility, but push the blame on others. When you are so very readily providing schemes, yojnas, and being public using PR stunts, but you have the time to criticize the government, criticize the past government, and not care about what is happening in your country right now. जो तुम्हारे पास वो बेरोजगारी हो रही है, you have economic depression in the country right now. You can't see that, but you have to see the fact that you have to criticize the past government without it being in context.
Not granted. Subramaniam Swami, next speaker.
Greetings, delegates. The GDP growth in our country has fallen to a drastic 1.9%, and this is due to the current crisis and not the government at hand, as what the opposition says. The continuous falling of the rupee has also shocked the whole of India, and the way to do it is to provide funds to the MSMEs and to implement various policies and not provide freebies the way the Congress governments and other state governments are doing. I would like to then talk about what the Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi has said. Direct cash transfer cannot restart economy. Instead, it is used to provide immediate relief. If you want to restart economy, we need to employ people in manufacturing, women empowerment, and various other sectors they have to be employed in. If you want to boost the economy, these are policies that need to be created, not the way Congress thinks of providing little funds to people and then immediately getting them getting votes from them. You must aim at a higher level altogether. You must aim at gaining funds from the corporates whom we had actually reduced our tax from, and we should reimburse all the taxes, and we should immediately consider stopping all projects like the way Karnataka government has started. We should immediately stop those projects. We should mostly start improving our funds in pharmaceutical medicine sector as one of the most important aspects as of now. This is because these as per a study, we had only 150,000 testing kits in the starting of the COVID-19 pandemic, whereas our population was 1.3 crores. The same reason why we had initiated a lockdown in such early cases. And I would like to point out to Sonia Gandhi's statement that we have actually done this to protect ourselves. If we consider the various other countries, their cases had literally crossed a million before they even initiated the lockdown, whereas we did it in the starting so that we could contain the virus. I would also like to tell the Congress people, the members of the Congress party, to ensure that their states are functioning properly and not point out fingers.
Wrap up. Thank you. Members wishing to ask questions can raise their hands. No questions.
Sir, I have raised my hand.
Okay.
Four people have raised their hands.
Yeah, sorry. We'll go ahead with Nirmala Sitharaman wants to ask question. Nice. We'll give it to Ashok Gehlot. Ashok Gehlot has lowered his hand. Just a second.
Sachin Pilot. Sir, I have a point.
Sachin Pilot. Yeah, we'll give it to Sachin Pilot.
So before COVID-19, the unemployment rate in our country was highest in 42 years. As the GDP rate in 2018-19 was 6.8%, and in 2019-20 it has fallen down to 5%. So what is Subramaniam Swami's answer on this?
I said the same thing due to the current crisis fell to 1.9%. We have been trying to reboost our economy, and we aim at doing.
Sir, I am talking about before COVID.
Sir, no cross question in between.
Okay, so before COVID also, we have been implementing a lot of policies, and I would like to point out that the state governments are also very important for providing employment, and that has been not done in places such as Bihar, in Rajasthan, and many states, and your state as well. The unemployment rates have been pretty high. The center is also trying to implement a lot of policies, and we aim at continue to do so. And we also like to state that the current policies and we were in 2020, a lot of policies had come forward, and we aim at clearing a lot of them. And before the COVID also, I agree that the unemployment rate was very high, but still we have been implementing a lot of policies, and we have been trying to implement more in the manufacturing sector. This is because that is where we lag. And so the unemployment rates will fluctuate a little, but it will up.
Sir, I would also like to answer on his statement on my
No.
statement.
No.
All right. Thank you.
Do it via chat or something.
Uma Bharati.
The point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, Soumya.
Can I make that shit? Should I make that shit delegate to delegate?
If you want to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat and vocal for local, then you have to first stop using all products from China and etc. foreign countries. Because using these products is dealing with scarcity of food and water with the MSMEs and the local small businesses. Agriculture is a huge sector of India, and it produces a lot.
Have with China right now, and we don't need to be dependent on them. And you just mentioned about Atmanirbhar Bharat also. So, sir, how do you justify the fact that between 2014 to 2019, the trade deficit of our country with China has ballooned to $50 billion, and we are still in trade with them, and the net imports are more than the net exports to China. How do you justify that?
Yes, you are.
Good morning, respected parliamentarians and chief ministers. The unfortunate evil that brings us here today has indeed caused a setback to the world. Our economy has never been in such grave danger. We have stranded, hungry, not being well taken care of, penniless and unemployed migrants in the country, whose only hope is that the center helps them. While the center may have tried to do so, they have miserably and tremendously failed. There are many reasons for this, some sadly even being the hollow promises of the center and the Prime Minister himself. Farmers are in a plight due to lack of inputs and laborers and whatnot. There is zero transparency from the government side. PM Cares Fund is almost a joke in the name of transparency. If you can ask the people to donate, they very much have the right to ask what their hard-earned money is being used for. The painful side of vaccine from the PM Cares Fund. A drop in the ocean would be an understatement at most for this action. It is my urge to the Prime Minister and the Centre to help our citizens and save them from their predicaments and take our suggestions into account and seriously and ensure full transparency on their end and put an end to dirty politics and need for publicity and attention. This is a time we have to stand united and help and serve our country and our citizens. Thank you.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of personal privilege.
100 crores has been directed towards the making of a potential vaccine from the PM Cares Fund.
Point. Okay.
Point of order.
Thank you. Point of order. Yes, point of order.
100 crore has been directed to making of vaccine from the PM Cares Fund. Unquote, a 15,000 crore fund had been set up differently to fight COVID-19 by the government, and funds जो भी जाती है vaccinations के लिए and other aspects to fight COVID-19 is taken from that fund and not from the PM Cares Fund.
Can you just repeat your point?
Vaccines के लिए 100 crore funds.
No, the person.
So the amount of 100 crores has been directed towards the making of a potential vaccine.
COVID-19 के लिए vaccinations हो गए या health infrastructure development के लिए?
That wasn't made.
That was the point.
Send us the. I know your point of order. Last. Yeah.
The point of information.
Abhishek sir,
Yes.
I've sent you something regarding this vaccine issue.
Right,
Yeah.
I have an article open. May I read it out regarding the vaccine?
Go ahead.
It's in Economic Times vaccine. It's in Economic Times article. The PM Cares Fund on Wednesday. 1 second.
It was allocated. 100 crores were allocated.
Yes, sir. 100 crore. Another 100 crore will be given to support coronavirus vaccine development. The statement said.
Yes. Again, Narendra Modi ji, if you want to debate, if you want to present, if you want to give any reports, you can go ahead. Otherwise.
ये सोनिया गांधी जी, आपने कहा कि जो हम 20 लाख करोड़ पैकेज हम जो कर रहे हैं, आपने कहा कि वो निर्मला सीतारमण ने ऐसा क्या था, पर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। आपने कहा कि माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स के लिए वो 1000 किलोमीटर चल रहे हैं। मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि migrant workers और measures for food security के लिए श्रमिक special trains that are being run to ferry migrant workers to their home states, free ground without ration card, ये announce हुआ था और ये हुआ भी है. Free grains without ration card हो रहा है.
Could I ask a question to Nirmala Sitharaman on that statement?
No. No, you can't. Just send it in writing.
Can I ask it via POI?
In writing.
Right, I'll do that.
Cool. Hanji, Nirmala Sitharaman.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Point of parliamentary inquiry.
सर ये श्रमिक स्पेशल ट्रेन ही भेज रहे हैं और मध्य प्रदेश ऐसे कहा कि आप माइग्रेंट लेबर्स को अपने कुछ नहीं दिया ₹3,500 crore to provide these to migrant workers. अमित शाह बीजेपी के लिए निर्मला सीतारमन ने ये अनाउंसमेंट की थी और दी भी है. बीजेपी क्लेम दैट इट्स बेस्ट एफर्ट टू स्टॉप द माइग्रेंट्स फ्रॉम लीविंग द स्टेट. और ये हुआ है बिहार के स्टेट में जब ये आया था सुनामी टाइप आई थी, उसमें भी बीजेपी ने माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स को रिलीफ दी थी और उनके लिए स्पेशल ट्रेन और बसेस भी भेजी थी कि ताकि वो उन्हें वो अपने घर सेफली पहुंच सके.
Ma'am, you are making a statement. You're not asking me a question.
Yeah.
What is your question?
Yeah, that is the question. Why are you saying that? आप justify तो करो कि आप बीजेपी नहीं कर रही. बीजेपी आपने हर
Okay. May please allow me to answer. आप
reply to which point?
If I'm not wrong, it was Mrs. Sitharaman.
Send it in writing.
So it's very crucial, in fact. The question which was posed to Mrs. Gandhi, it must be answered by the Congress party.
See, it's not your personal sentiment which has been violated. It's Ms. Gandhi's sentiment. If she wants to send write a reply, then she can. Cool. I know you.
Just do it via chat. Just write via EB and send it to us.
And is these dense clusters that are breeding rounds of infection, these migrant workers cannot be assisted in liquid members of various NGOs. This risks not only the life of the member of the NGOs, but also is the life of the several migrant workers. The crisis must be dealt with care and expertise. The state governments therefore shall deploy medical personnel and equip task forces to help and assist the migrant workers. We would be abdicating from our responsibilities if we were to let NGOs handle the crisis. The NGOs can, however, continue to assist the state government and they could, if they wish, provide resources to the government to increase the state government's efficiency. What is this?
Sir.
How is the Honorable Prime Minister initially said that he wants the NGO participation in the entire India and NGO participation in helping to cope the crisis in entire India, and then you're giving the statement and then getting the task force and all. Like, can you just explain this a bit?
So point,
Mr. G, explain to them.
So,
please allow me to explain.
Sir, it has been made explicitly clear in the press release itself that it is a very sensitive issue, and the migrant workers cannot be helped by ill-equipped personnel.
Correct.
They need medical personnel, healthcare professionals who understand the virus, understand the symptoms of the virus, understand how the virus can be tackled to help them.
And
someone
sir,
doesn't know about.
Please continue.
Go ahead. Please go ahead, Mrs. Gandhi.
Yeah, sir. What we need to understand here is basically if we are sending ill-equipped people to help someone, sir, first of all, lack of PPE kits. They don't have PPE kits. They are not protected. They are not wearing protective gear. They don't know much about the virus. They don't have a doctor's degree. So basically, sir, जिनके पास ना knowledge है उस बात की, they are ill-equipped over that. So इससे better तो हम यही है कि इनको हम कुएं में धकेल दें हम अपने migrants को. We have to help them in a systematic way. We can't. Government is here to provide help to them. We are here to provide help to them.
That is a summary of the entire committee's minutes is released at the end. However, there are in between press releases that are also made.
Let me explain.
Sorry, sir.
See, again, press releases can be given at any point of time. It's not that press release end में आती है और नरेंद्र मोदी जी कुछ इतना करने की जरूरत है नहीं, क्योंकि press releases कभी भी होते हैं. मैंने पहले भी explain कर दिया. The healthcare department, whereas let's understand, like I remember the time when there was shortage of medical staff. At that point of time, the NGOs were volunteering. So like this is the entire point. What is your stand?
Sir, sorry, can you please?
it wasn't only about the healthcare facilities, but they were basically volunteering in each and every aspect. NGOs were providing food, meals to the migrant workers who were there. So like if you stop the because see, considering the factor, like at a point of time, this government
जिनको बीमारी के बारे में जानकारी नहीं है, वह बीमारों की सहायता नहीं कर सकते। ये बात मैंने कई बार कही, सोनिया जी ने भी कई बार कही। आपने खाने की बात करी, उनको खाना दिया जाया, उनको शेल्टर दिया जाया, बट इन सब चीजों में माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स क्लस्टर्स में थे, और एक क्लस्टर्स ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड है इन्फेक्शन का। इट इज in these clusters that one is prone to get infected, and therefore the people who help them must be adequately informed about the disease. They must be well equipped to handle if
and sir, tell
me one thing, clusters migrant workers की movement जो थी, did it start, like did any government approve to it? There was no approval from either central government as well as the state government. Their house, whose responsibility it was to send them back to their houses rather than having them moving on this in the streets and on the roads. It was the responsibility of the government. It was the responsibility of the government.
Can I please answer that question, sir? Can I please answer that question, sir? Sir, we arranged several buses for migrant workers in various parts of the country.
Why? When there was no movement allowed.
You're infecting the migrant workers in return. You understand that? Like if they travel, they're prone to infection.
Exactly.
We are
point of parliamentary inquiry.
Sir, let him complete his answer at least. The parliamentary inquiry, those.
What's the point of completing it? Okay, tell it, do it.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is that we are very grateful for the NGOs, to the NGOs for the work they have done. But what I'm saying is, if the NGOs continue to assist the migrant workers, the life of the migrant workers as well as the members of the NGO is risked since none of them are well informed about the disease. So instead, various government officials shall assist the migrant workers, which is a safer way and a more practical way to move ahead. We are very grateful to the NGOs. We are not denying that.
Do you know one thing? The NGO workers as well as the volunteers who were there volunteering, they were only allowed after they got the training from training. So like they were trained and then they were allowed to go on roads and help those migrant workers. Like get the technicalities clear in your mind and then go ahead. Like I know for a matter of fact, like in our city as well, there was this sampling part which was taking place, and there were these regular visits as well as checks which were taking place. Before any volunteer from any NGO entered this field, they were given proper training. So like they were trained and only after that they were allowed to work. अब इस चीज का पॉइंट मत लाना कि काफी यहाँ पे एफिशिएंसी की प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, काफी लोगों को ट्रेनिंग भी नहीं मिली थी, because this will be a redundant point.
सर देश भर में हजारों एनजीओ हैं, हजारों एनजीओ के हजारों मेंबर्स को, सर जाहिर सी बात है सर, ये इसमें कोई नई बात नहीं है.
Tell me one thing. Okay, let me get this thing clear to you. When the initial lockdown period started, even for the shops, even for the shop workers, essential workers, because I went there to get a pass made for one of my like family friends. I remember that at that point of time as well, what happened? They were issuing passes for the volunteers, and passes were only issued once the volunteers are training. So like volunteers in aspect of providing food, in aspect of delivery, like all these things, there were specific passes which were issued to the volunteers, and no one could move on the road directly. Like they are allowed to work.
Sir, however, these volunteers, I'm quite sure, are not provided with PP kits, and which is very
decide for the committee.
Okay, delegate. Fair enough. Delegate of Norway.
Right, sir. So what more?
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. South Korea and France. I presume.
So I've done it.
Delegate C. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't see it. Also, delegate, change your name to your country's portfolio. It will be better for me. Secondly, delegate C. I hope you all know that HRC really isn't a decision-making body. It is an advisory body, right? So keep that in mind while preparing the draft resolution, that you do not enforce anything, but you just suggest everything. Cool. Also, you have two options of making a documentation, whether you can keep it as a draft resolution or as a committee report, right? A committee report can be presented by an individual delegate as well, or if it is unanimous by the whole of the committee. A committee report is just like a directive, so it is completely up to you guys whether you want to go with directive or draft resolution. Cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So now we'll be reverting back. Also, any points on the floor? Resuming none. Now we'll be reverting back to the DSL. Right. Just a second.
Sir, we had delegates point of parliamentary inquiry. Did we not have delegates recognized for the moderated caucus?
Ma'am, the moderated caucus had elapsed. The one raised by the delegate of United Kingdom had elapsed. So now we'll be moving into the formal session, that is the DSL. The next speaker is, just a second. UAE, had you
be very prevalent in a country. However, the country is controlled towards its not towards its citizens, but the country considers its citizens' privacy as a very main objective, considering that country is not facing any such gender-based violences and stuff. Our country, right for now, is not using surveillance systems as a method of checks. However, our country is proposing to do so in certain regions where such threats are prevalent. Also, our country has been very much working towards the development in West Africa, and the West African region right now is developing a lot. Despite of its numerous amount of resources, we are lacking in economics. So henceforth, firstly, we call upon nations supporting us. And the secondary aspect, a very basic thing is that nations should understand that creating their own firewalls, creating their own surveillance systems, having control over the people is not the very scenario. If the people are consider a very basic point like China, where the past protests have been hidden by the government and the search engines, what is happening is that the people of that very region are, yes ma'am, I'm wrapping up. The people of that very region not even coming through that such protests happen, and are not even planning to do anti-governmental protests, which is very wrong on the part of a country. Henceforth, we propose mutual collaboration for the world. Thank you.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, delegate.
Can we raise point of order via chat or like by speaking?
Elapse this time as well, because you can, Woodbury, you can. So, we want to raise a point of order?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, for a point of order for Guinea-Bissau stated, quote unquote, Guinea-Bissau has surveillance system and stuff. Sir, according to the WHO organization and humanitarian response, Guinea-Bissau has done service activity for cholera patients in 2014 and in 2009.
Not audible.
Sir, is my point of order? Hello, sir.
The reply to the delegate of USA when he sent his chat before me. You could see in the comments above. So this is just a reply.
One second. Sir, what the chat that the delegate of USA sent is a right to reply. Right, sir? And as far as I believe, there is no reply to a right of reply.
So then you can take it as an official reply. Okay, I'll take my words back as YIB.
Delegate here in the United Nations Security Council, there's nothing known as informal reply.
Okay.
Anyways, again, delegates refrain from sending such chits until unless they're absolutely required. For example, if you do have a right of reply and the executive board has told you to send it in writing or something of that sort. Right. Akshat, kindly take over.
So, point of parliamentary inquiry. Yes, sir, what all sources can be, are said to be credible in this committee? Because in the WhatsApp group, someone has used Human Rights Watch as a credible source.
See,
So can you?
all your government reports, all Reuters reports, all UN committee reports, all organs affiliated to the UN, all those reports are deemed as credible, or your state news agency. Amnesty
Okay, sir.
International, Human Rights Watch, Wikipedia, etc. They're not. In terms of independent third-party websites, we'll only be accepting Reuters.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Delegate of USA, to what point do you rise, sir?
Sir, basically, I don't know what point, sir. I had a doubt, sir. Actually, if you see, sir, the delegate of Vietnam has sent a source as the delegate of France stated. So should I actually reply to that or not? Or like my point of order stands?
1 second, delegate, 1 second. Delegate, who has sent the source? Which delegate has sent the source?
Sir, the delegate of Vietnam.
In the WhatsApp group itself, right? Human Rights Watch.
Yes, sir.
Sir, again, it is not a credible source.
Sir, so I don't need to reply.
No, sir. I don't think so. Again, as stated by the chairperson, UN reports, your national agency reports, state agency reports, and in case of third parties, only Reuters. Only these sources are considered to be credible. Right. I believe we have the delegate of Dominican Republic up next, but since he's not in committee, Akshit, I believe we could take motions at this point in time.
Are there any points on the floor? Okay. Are there any motions? Delegate of USA.
Sir, the delegate of USA would like to raise a motion to suspend the GSL and move into an unmoderated caucus on for a period of 5 minutes.
Okay. Any other motion? Delegate of France.
The delegate of France would like to suspend the GSL and raise a motion to would like to suspend the formal debate and raise a moderated caucus on the topic. Just a second, sir. On the topic discussing the regional instability linked to the Yemen crisis, with each speaker's time being 90 seconds and the total time being 20 minutes.
Delegate, my sincerest apologies. I'm facing some technical issues. Could you repeat the topic and the total time?
That's not a problem. So the topic is discussing the regional. Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
The topic is discussing the regional instability linked to the Yemen crisis, with each speaker's time being 90 seconds and the total time being 20 minutes.
Right. Delegate of Germany, sir, do you have a motion?
I have a point of parliamentary inquiry.
Go on, sir.
Sir, my turn on GSL hasn't come yet.
Yes, sir. It was right
But
after.
it will come in due time. You'll have to wait. Since now we're looking for motions, you can't bring in your issues concerning GSL.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Right. Following the order of precedence, we'll be voting upon the motion raised by the delegate of USA first, which is for an unmoderated caucus, the total duration being 5 minutes.
Point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how many motions were to be recognized?
Sir, so far we've only recognized 2 motions since we did not have anybody else raising a motion.
Sir, I had actually raised a hand for the motion.
My sincerest apologies, sir. Republic of Yemen, go on.
Yes. Delegate of Republic of Yemen would like to suspend the GSL, move into a moderated caucus on the topic regional instability topic discussing the regional instability linked to the Yemen crisis, with total time being 10 minutes and each speaker's time being 60 seconds.
Right. Thank you, sir. Any other motions on the floor? Any other motions on the floor? Right. Before that, we have the Prod present in the committee.
Yes, sir, they are the media partner of this conference.
All right. Thank you, sir. Right. So we're voting upon the motion raised by Delegate of USA first. That is for an unmoderated caucus for the total duration of 5 minutes. Delegates in favor. Delegates in favor. Right. Lower your hands. Delegates again.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, I'm having some technical issues. I was not able to hear the motion.
So the motion was for an unmoderated caucus. Total duration 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right. Delegates against. I see that the delegate of Germany and the delegate of Lebanon aren't voting. Any specific reason, delegates? Right. This motion clearly fails. We move on to the next motion raised by the delegate of France, which is for a moderated caucus on the topic discussing regional instability linked to the Yemeni crisis. Total duration being 20 minutes, individual speaker's time being 90 seconds. Delegates in favor. Delegates, last 5 seconds. Delegates in favor. Right, lower your hands. Delegate of France, can you lower your hand? Delegates against.
England, would you like to make a speech?
Yes, we have only one, ma'am. One left.
Ma'am, England, yes.
You'll make a speech? Perfect. England after Afghanistan.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
All right. Cool. So next, delegate of Pakistan is still researching. So delegate of New Zealand, are you ready to make a speech?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Delegate of New Zealand, so you have the floor for 90 seconds. Ishan is maintaining your time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to go ahead and now talk about the psychological impact of the COVID-19 in regards to the World Test Championship. Now, there are three major stakeholders to consider. Firstly would be the players, secondly the fans, and thirdly would be the organizing committee. Now, coming upon to the players first, you need to understand the psychological mindset over here. Many of them might be comfortable, many of them might not be comfortable, many of them would be in a preparation stage. Now, when you talk about that stage over there, it's the mindset of theirs which would eventually be influenced on the basis of how confident the ICC board would give them in regards to their playing schedule. Now, when you talk about that so, ma'am, can I restart? I'm getting a call. So sorry. Yeah. Ma'am, you're muted.
Yes, apologies. Ishan, he's making a speech from the start. So if you could put the timer on again.
Okay.
Can I start again, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to start by talking about the psychological impact on three major stakeholders of the game: the players, the fans, and most importantly, the organizing committee. Now, I'd like to try to elaborate about the players. Now, you understand there are two types of mindsets the players should have. One would be that they're confident, and one is The reason why they'll be underconfident is because the simple reason they might not be comfortable playing because of the current atmosphere. Hence, when they able to make their mindset better, one thing the ICC can do is be confident and give them absolute certainty. But that will happen, we may take as many precautions as we can, and so that the environment is suitable and comfortable for them. Now talk about the other regards to the fans now. I need to understand the psychological mind of the fans. If you take a look at the houseful crowd at the MCG for the ICT Cup Championship, despite the pandemic threat, goes on to the eagerness and love the fans.
Can't explain it, yeah.
Can I explain the second
Yeah.
one if it's okay? Okay. Talking about the impact on the fans, another major impact which we need to consider is the fact that when players from different countries are coming over there, there would be fans would be supporting not just one but both teams, and in regards to that, the two-way.
All right. Thank you, delegate. All right. Ishan, who's the next delegate recognized?
Afghanistan.
All right, Afghanistan. So you have the floor for 90 seconds.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Greetings to the executive board members and your visit. So I'm going to talk in notion of my cricketing board, Afghanistan cricket board, in three various aspects such as the health, the traveling scenario, and how we are going to be facing the matches after the pandemic. So the Afghanistan cricketing leadership on Tuesday discussed the resumption of training with the skipper Asghar Afghan and next coach South African player Lance Krugner. So Afghanistan cricket board in recent weeks said that the training camp will be held in its national capital Kabul, along with adhering to the guidelines of WHO and the country's Ministry of Public Health. Afghanistan cricket board leadership also held a conference with Lance Krugner and the selector Andy Moore, who also accepted the decision given by the board itself, so adhere to whatever has been stated by them, as to how the matches will be in the near future. Going on to the virus scenario, Afghanistan has been is one of the countries with marginal cases.
Time up, sir. Sir, time up. You may conclude now.
So this pandemic scenario, I feel that we will be given proper healthcare and government will be fully responsible in case any emergency has occurred. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So next speaker recognizes England.
Can I speak?
Yeah, you are
Am I
given the
audible?
floor.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please start. Yes, yes.
First of all, in March, the English Cricket Board said that £380 million was in loss if entire cricket season is being cancelled due to coronavirus. And there are also euro 100 million at the starting of the year. The 100-ball cricket, which has to start in 2020, was expected to make a profit approximately of 11 million. But due to the outbreak pandemic, it has been postponed to 2021. So by this we understand that the financial problem of England is going very down and economy is going very down.
Thank you, sir. So next is Pakistan. Last one.
So can I start?
Yes, yes. You must start.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair, for recognition. There have been multiple talks in the committee about 7 Pakistani players tested positive and the medical staff wasn't cooperating. There were some guidelines issued to the players regarding some precautions, and some players breached the rules and eventually were affected by COVID-19. That's why there was a little low cooperation between the staff and our players. And regarding our tour to England, the cancellation of series depends on the host nation as it makes revenue through this. We assure that the players that will be traveling to England will not be the ones who are in corridor of uncertainty, and also these players will, after reaching, stay in quarantine for 14 days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, all are over.
All right. She's just coming in a minute. She's asked us to moderate. All right. So these were the GSRs that were recognized right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 10 are over now.
Right. At this point, I would like to ask the committee if there are any points on the floor. Okay, seeing none, are there any motions on the floor? Guys, are there any? Yes, Delegate of New Zealand.
The delegate of New Zealand would like to suspend formal debate and move into a moderated caucus with the subtopic the reviewing the DRS procedure in regards to the World Test Championship.
All right, sir.
Total time 10 minutes. Total time 10 minutes. Individual speaker time 1 minute.
All right, sir. Ishan, could you just take a note of that? Are there any other motions on the floor? Just a second, I guess.
Delegate of New Zealand, could you repeat your motion, please?
So, ma'am, the delegate of New Zealand would like to suspend formal debate and move into a moderated caucus with the subtopic reviewing the DRS procedure in regards to the World Test Championship with total time 10 minutes and individual speaker time 1 minute.
All right, delegate. In order, are there any other motions in the floor? All right, seeing none, we'll put this motion to vote. Delegates in favor, please write in the chat bar.
Delegate of New Zealand, delegate of Afghanistan, delegate of Sri Lanka has been recognized.
All right, we only have, 3 in favor. We need one more.
Yes, we have now 5.
This motion passes.
Thank you.
This motion passes. Delegate of New Zealand, would you like to be the first speaker?
No, ma'am. I would like to be the last one. Sorry, if it's possible, or later.
Not right. Yeah, you can get recognized later, but no speech has been reserved. All right. So, Ishan, if you could, recognize speakers right on the chat box, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Right, delegates wishing to have themselves recognized in the mod, please send in your allotment names in the chat itself. Ishan, could you please recognize them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right.
All right. Just announce the list once you've recognized them as well.
First speaker is Sri Lanka, then England, then New Zealand, then Afghanistan, and at last Pakistan.
All right. Perfect. Delegate of Sri Lanka, you have the floor.
So, point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, sir.
So, does it come under the DRS review, or that come under the mandate of the ICC, because it comes under the mandate of ICC's cricket committee, which talks about the rules and recommendations of that.
Sorry, sir, could you just repeat your question once? I couldn't hear you.
So, that review of DRS decisions or any amendment in the current rules of cricket, it comes under the mandate of ICC's cricket committee. We, as a board's meeting, can't have a decision on that.
Delegate, neither of you are having the decision over here. Neither of you, we're also discussing whether the board will take place or not. Whether the tournament will take place or not, even though none of you have the discretion or jurisdiction to make a tournament take place unless and until the government of a particular country does not allow so. So it is highly irrelevant that you come ahead and say that, because all you're discussing over here is very recommendatory. So if you're reviewing it, you're not necessarily amending it, but as cricket boards, you're just making suggestions in it and making recommendations in it. All right. So it's not binding. It's not something that we're, necessarily changing. We're just reviewing it. All right.
Besides the final document of our committee being a press release, nothing that we're going to ultimately come up with is going to be of binding nature. So even the nature of the final document that our committee is producing is suggestive. Really, it will be that these the 5 allotments collectively are suggesting that we're going to do so. And so it's okay to discuss this in the committee. Delegates, as a request from the EPL side, caucus for now. The first speaker recognizes the delegate of Sri Lanka. Delegate, you have the floor.
Yeah, so if we had the extra DRS, then the mistakes of the ICC had made a new rule of that non-neutral umpires. That means that the same country umpire should come as an umpire. And if we had an extra DRS, then the mistakes of the umpires would become low, and it would be very helpful for the umpires also.
All right, sir. Do we have any points of information for the delegate of Sri Lanka? Yes, delegate of New Zealand.
Delegate of Sri Lanka, I would like to question you, when you're using the term non-neutral, what are you exactly trying to say, sir?
That means like that if we have, for example, if we had a match in India, but we get umpires from like New Zealand, that places. So instead of that, this term means that from India itself, the same umpire comes.
All right, sir.
I have a POI, can I ask?
Yes, sir. You have a POI?
Yeah.
All right, delegate of Afghanistan.
Yeah, the Sri Lankan Cricket Board, I would like to ask, you meant something like own